It's a SWAT team move.
Yeah, he had a mismatch.
Oh, wow, look at that from Amayo. How quick was he to react? Eke just not good enough. Otherwise, he would have been just reeling. Ducore! Smashed and drained big time, and at the other end, Eke gets a good layup too. 5 seconds, needs to go for the shot, goes high. No! That experience, he knows exactly what the score is. Oh, it's been put up, that is just delightful. Amayo! Crawford down into the corner, Ducore gets the ball back, that is just bombastic! Is he going to go around Crawford? No, he goes up for a big three. Dropping in to say hello. Pivotal there before he unleashed his beast of a shot. Olusemeka picked up. Eke! Beautifully done, set up! Oh my, that is Crawford. Can he get up? Can he get himself the shot? Ducore racing.
What the performance there from Nigerian team. Rivers Hoopers doing also proud at the BAL Basketball African League taking place in Kigali at the BK Arena. They were able to do the business by winning that game against US Monastir 92-88, and they picked the semi-final slot, being the first team to do that in history from Nigeria. And right now we are celebrating them. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Well, we saw that particular clip. Fantastic performance from the entire squad of Rivers Hoopers. Against all, they've been shining like a million stars, and right now we are celebrating them on the show for this particular hour. Well, we'll be starting with this story that has to do with them. Rivers Hoopers make history, beat US Monastir 92-88 for semi-final sport. But right now we're actually celebrating them for being able to do this. A lot of firsts in this particular team, the first team to do this, and for the fact that they were able to they led well at the Sahara Conference before getting to this place. They lost against AS Douanes, but now they pick up the pieces and they won this game. Will Perry, the man of the moment, he did so well in this competition. Divine AK, all of them, Olusemeka, is a teamwork, and they really perform very well. In the studio talk sport is our usual suspects in sport. That's Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Good morning, Adeni. It's my pleasure being here, and thanks for removing the caveats. Usual suspect in
sport. At least I added something that will make you feel sportish. Anyway, let's go to the business of the day. Yeah. We just saw there our team, because right now, in fact, you see them holding our flag. Nigerians in Rwanda are really celebrating them across the globe for what they've done. The first team from Nigeria to be able to get to the semi-final of this competition. And we've seen so many talented players showcasing their talent, and right now they are there in the semi-finals.
Okay, like you rightly said, they want to be celebrated. That's the truth. After the game of soccer and football, the next sporting activities that we have a lot of Nigerians that they are very interested, they are very good at, is the game of basketball, and that we've been displaying for a very, very long time. But we have it this time around. We qualified, we made history. It's just for us to try and do more investment in the game of basketball, the way we are doing in the game of sport also.
Football.
In football, rather. So if you go to United States of America today, what the government, they are generating from the game of basketball, it's equivalent to what they are getting even from the soccer that they are trying to invest in USA currently right now. So that shows that it's not only about football. We have a lot of other sporting activities, because everybody cannot play football. Like for the game of football, you only need 11 players to be on the pitch, but for the game of basketball, you need a lot of people to come into it. So I think it's a very good development, and I'm not really surprised. I'm only happy for them that at least this time around we broke the record. We made it to the semi-final. So let's see how it goes from there. We shouldn't just relax on it also, because they're going to be the team that everybody wants to beat right now, just like the Moroccans did during the World Cup, that the first African to get to semi-final and play third place. So they want to be the team that everybody wants to. The same thing will happen to us now. And you know one thing about success, once you get there, it is much difficult for you to maintain it, because everybody wants to do what? Wants to use it to count scores like we do normally see in Nigeria. So a very good one for the
Rivers Hoopers. for what they've done so far at the BAL Basketball African League taking place at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda. We just have to appreciate what they've been doing. Coach Ogaudu has been doing so well with his team, all the entire players showcasing what they know how to do best, the dunk and slam sport of basketball. And right now they are battle ready for the semi-final of this competition against all odds, like I actually said earlier. No one gave them the chance because in 2022 when they were there, they fought well, but they could not actually get to this level. And now we had Coral Falcons. In fact, they lost all their games when they were there last time. But this time around, Rivers Vipers, they shook off all the pains, all the disappointment, and they are doing so well right now, making it to the semi-final of this competition. Well, hopefully, Nigerians are hoping that they will do well in that particular semi-final game. Wishing them the best there. For Rivers Vipers, they are the Kingsmen. Well, away from this Rivers Vipers, just a touch on the NBA, where Boston Celtics showed their class. They were able to win their game, and right now they made it 4-3 against Indiana Pacers. And you just have to 4-0 rather against Indiana Pacers there, and it's a big one because in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics are showcasing that yes, they want to do this. It's no longer going to be to Game 7. They've done the business by winning 4 against Indiana Pacers. Well, for Minnesota Timberwolves, well, they just have to tighten their belt because it's not getting easier for them at all. For that particular score, 105 against 102 in favor of Boston Celtics, and a particular player called Jaylen Brown standing out as the MVP of that particular finals. Good one for him, fantastic player, and also a talented intellectual player who has done well for himself when it comes to academics by being able to clear all that he has been doing, and also, in fact, studying Harvard, playing basketball, and as you speak right now, before he retires, you get a PhD when it comes to academics, combining school and sports together. Well, just to give you updates concerning the NBA, but our focus is on Rivers Hoopers, the Kingsmen, who did so well at the competition taking place at the BK Arena in Kigali. Well, right now we move away from basketball. Let's come back and talk about someone who has done the business of playing for Nigeria before. His name is Tijani Babangida. Nigerians have been at least greeting, sending their own greetings to him concerning what happened to him. But right now, the federal government will not abandon Tijani Babangida. Minister of Sport Development, John Owen Eno, visited him on Monday, and now we have to look at that. Well, according to him, for what he has done as a hero for Nigeria, he deserves to be given attention, and they will support him. And the man also actually requested for support concerning his wife to be flown abroad for medical at least a treatment there. So for Tijani Babangida right now, federal government needs to at least be with him. They will not abandon him, according to the Minister of Sports.
Okay, a good gesture coming from the federal government, and I don't want to go to the background or the history of how we got to where we are today. And this is an event that occurred over a month ago, and it's just yesterday that the federal government, they wake up from their sleep to remember that they will not abandon him. What if something has happened or something that needs urgent attention financially that needs to have been done before that yesterday, they've been talking before then, but it was yesterday that they just went to visit him. So I don't want to go into that background. So they are there now. They said they will not abandon him, but it shouldn't be a cherry pick issue. It shouldn't be something that they only do for Tijani Babangida. It's something that they should have a process. They should have a department in NFF that looks after the welfare of our ex-footballers. These are the people that they have an opportunity of playing for other countries, but they decided to honor their father's land. So when they are in this precarious situation, it is the right thing for us to do to take care of them. They don't even need to come out. The press, the journalists, we don't need to be the one coming, shouting, screaming, what has the government done? What has the federal government done? What are they doing before they will come out and do this? It should be a process that once this happened, they should move in immediately. We have the money. We have federal government hospitals in this country that can take care of the bills. If it cannot be done in the country, they have what it takes to fly them outside this country and look after them. These are the things that most players will consider before coming to play for their fatherland, because if it happens to them in Europe, they immediately they will swing into actions. Look at what his former club they did for him about 2 weeks ago. We also spoke here on the show about the issue of late Rashidi Yekini.
Samuel Okwaraji.
Also. Look at what happens to them. to their families. Nothing has been done. And look at the way they've been celebrated, where they plied their trade outside the country. So it's something that the federal government seriously needs to look into. So that's why when I say, though, I'm not supporting those that normally choose other countries above Nigeria, but we are all human. If you look at the reason why most of them they decided not to play for the country, not because they don't love their country, they don't like their fatherland, but when a situation like this, a precautionary situation like this that nobody foresaw happens to them, they're on their own. But it will never happen if they're outside this country. So a very good one from the federal government. It is not too late for them to do the right thing, but it shouldn't be a talk of show. It shouldn't be something that they are doing for the press. We should see the action that follows the visit and the accommodation, and we wish Tijani Babangida and his family quick recovery.
Well, hopefully the federal government really stand with Tijani Babangida there, wishing him a quick recovery, and also commiserating with him for those that actually lost their life. The younger brother, Ibrahim Babangida, lost his life, and also his son. Nigerians are really trying to see how they can make this man, who really did well for Nigeria while playing football, to have that particular support from Nigerians across the globe. Well, talking about Tijani Babangida there. Now, we move away from Tijani Babangida. Let's talk about our team. Under 17, the Golden Eaglets. Nigeria were rooting for them to see how they can make it to the finals, but it never happened. It was an expectation that maybe it's going to be a Jollof finals between Ghana and Nigeria. Alas, both of them went to sleep. They could not fight for Jollof at the final. So right now, the two of them will have to fight for Jollof in the third place. Golden Eaglets to battle Black Starlets for bronze. So finally, they will have to fight for the Jollof rice in the third place.
Okay, and it's either the final jollof rice or the third place jollof rice. Jollof rice is still jollof rice. Let's see who has the best jollof rice. But we don't even need to look at who has the best jollof rice. Everybody knows when it comes to jollof rice, we had the best. So for this game, it's so unfortunate that we lost
against Cote d'Ivoire.
Semi-final against Cote d'Ivoire, and the Ghanaian team also, they lost to the Burkina Faso. So both of us were meeting at the final, and this is something that we need to take very serious. For now, there's no clarity as regards the number of teams that will represent the WAFU B at the under 17 AFCON. So that's the African Cup of Nations for the under 17. There's no clarity from the CAF yet. Is it 3 teams or is it 4 teams? But for sure the minimum will be 2. And even we've won our match, we are playing in the final now, we'll have know that okay, it's guaranteed that we are going to play at the next competition in 2025. So we don't have a problem with that. But what we have issue with, or we have problem now with, is the ability to win the match against the Ghanaian team, to make sure that we got at least that bronze medal. We're getting the bronze medal. It's more like an assurance that if they are taking 3 teams to play at the next competition for the under 17, who will qualify alongside the Burkina Faso or the Cote d'Ivoire. But if we lose, that means we're going to be the 4th position, and that 4th position, it's not guaranteed yet that we're going to qualify to play at the next competition for the under 17. So what we need to do right now is to do everything possible. We shouldn't look at the issue of the rivalry between us and Ghana. We are better than them. We don't need to look at the issue of the jollof rice. We are better than them. We don't need to look at the issue of the music. We are better in all ramifications. We are better than the Ghanaians. We should now show them also, display and let them know that we are better than them. Knowing fully we are playing, they have home advantage. They have the supporters at their side. So we shouldn't let anything loose. We go in there with concentration, with confidence, with commitment, with dedication. Let's show them whom we have, Nigeria. When people thought that the road is difficult, that's why we normally have our breakthrough. So when the going get tough, the tough gets going. That's why we are the toughest people on earth today. I will say it as Nigerians. When you've lost hope totally, that you cannot make it, Nigeria cannot make it. That's why we come and will surprise everybody. We need to do that today by beating the Ghanaian team, by getting the bronze medal, by getting prepared to play at the under-17 next year.
From what you have said, now I can imagine what is happening in Ghana. You know, the rivalry is just not from here as we speak in our own parlance, but seriously, I still don't understand it. Someone said they were brothers and all that, so the rivalry is always a tough one. Now, Ghanaians won't take this easy. Those watching, those after the show, the YouTube messages you'll be seeing that, what are you seeing? You read and you'll be wondering, what is it between Nigeria and Ghana? Funny enough, if you get to other nation, maybe outside Africa, outside the continent of Africa, Ghanaians and Nigerians are always brothers.
Yeah.
But when it comes back to their continent, everybody goes back to their nation. So a big one there. By 7 p.m. Nigerian time, Golden Eaglets will be fighting out against the Black Starlets of Ghana in its fierce match that will be coming up tonight. It's battle for the third place in the WAFU B Under-17 Championship taking place in Ghana. Ghana, actually, they are the host. The final between Cote d'Ivoire, they call them the Baby Elephants. They'll be facing Burkina Faso in the finals there. Well, for our team, we wish them the best, and Coach Manu Garba to also make sure he picked the best players for us in that particular game to silence the Ghanaian team. Now, still talking about Nigerian team, but this time around we'll be focusing on the Super Eagles. Immediately the government actually came into power, and outstanding of arrears about 12 billion was released to clear all the arrears of the players and the technical crew, coaches that has to do with the Super Eagles. And now, news came out that NFF Super Eagles discredit online report of unpaid bonuses and allowances. That was yesterday. That news came out by an online publisher, and now NFF Super Eagles are saying, no, we've been cleared of all the money that we are owed. So, we don't know. This is a fabrication from the writer of that particular story. That's from NFF and also Super Eagles.
Okay, on the more serious note, I think this is the high time that the federal government, they have to clamp down seriously on all this mushroom so-called online what have you. To be honest with you, they are bringing the noble profession of journalism into disrepute. It's totally uncalled for. When I look at the news yesterday, it didn't even take me up to 1 minute to discard it. That the federal government, they are owing the Super
players.
Eagles players and the coaches 25 match bonuses and allowance. 25. Do you know what it means, 25? So that means for the past 7 or 8 years,
they've not been settled.
They've not been settled. And we've gone to World Cup, we've gone to AFCON. So that means if you are with your right senses and you are calling yourself a reporter, why will you put that on your website?
And then when that money was also actually released too, the 12 billion
naira. 12 billion, everybody was aware. And I expected them to have interviewed the players, quote, nobody came out to
could it be, you know, at times a lot of people want traffic.
You want to start again. Spokesperson.
I'm the PRO of that particular writer. So at times it could be due to traffic. Some people just want some headlines are kind of when you see the headline, when you click it, you'll be surprised that why did you write this? Rabbit swallow sugarcane. And you'll be wondering, okay, rabbit swallow, how did it happen? Let me see how rabbit. By the time you open it, the story will not even align with the rabbit, neither the sugarcane. So at times, it could be just sensational headlines to make traffic actually rush into.
That's one of the reasons why this has to be regulated. Take it or leave it. Because most of these news are causing a lot of damages to the society, to the country, in one way or the other. So that's the truth. So it's either you want to get traffic, you can do a good report. You can give a very good, how will I put this way, that people genuinely go in there, not for you to do it in a way that you want to deceive people because you want to get a traffic.
And cause problem.
We don't really need that. So I don't think there's an excuse for them for doing what they did. What I expected the NFF to do now is to get the online publisher and do the right thing. Take him or her to court. So that is the right thing for them to do. As far as we're concerned, I think this is the first time that we had a competition. We had an AFCON that we never had issue concerning match bonuses, match allowances, no issue of any financial issue from the beginning to the end. before, during, and after the competition. So you just wake up because you want to make a name for yourself and you want to bring everything that the federal government, the players have done successfully, you want to bring it to the dress. I think we really need to go hard on people like that. They don't mean well for this country, and we should do everything possible to stop them from continuing doing what they are doing.
Well, talking about Nigerian Football Federation, they actually came out to refute that particular story concerning that publication that they've not settled all the outstandings owing the players and also the coaching crew, which to them is all lies. They've been able to clear all the allowances or other arrears owed to this player and also the coaches coming from the Nigerian Football Federation and even the Super Eagles themselves. Well, right now, let's come back and talk about the Catch Them Young program taking place across Nigeria, from Nasarawa State to Plateau to Oyo State. Let's look at it this way. Let's start with Nasarawa State. Just yesterday, the final of the Under-13 was played Inter-Primary Schools Cup. Nasarawa State Under-13, the Primary Schools Cup. Lafia local government area beat Akwanga local government to win second edition. Wamba won the first edition. Now it's Lafia. They actually won the second edition, defeating Akwanga via penalty shootout 3-0. They won that game there. Congrats to Lafia for being able to do this. They are under 13. You can imagine how happy these young lads are right now for being able to play these games. At least some talents have been discovered, and also for the fact that we are seeing a lot of talented players that are ready to represent Nigeria in the future. Look at the faces of these young lads who actually play those games. So happy. Look at their faces. The joy of lifting that trophy alone speaks volume concerning this. The governor shaking the hand of the captain. I'm sure that guy will not eat with that hand for the next 10 days. Okay, let's have it from Olawale Peters. Okay,
a very laudable, a very good development and a very good initiative by the governor of Nasarawa State, and it's going to be the second edition of this competition, which is being won by Lafia local government. So what I think we need to do is to see how we're going to centralize all this under 13, under 15, under 17 together. We have it in different states. We should have a process, we should have a way where we have under 13 for the primary school. And if you look at the faces of these players, this is really under 13. I think this is the first time that we are really having the real under 13 as under 13. So that shows that they still have a lot of years ahead of them. And like you said, we have a lot of players that have been discovered. The most valuable player that will discover, the highest goal scorer, the best goalkeeper, also the likes of Jubril, the likes of Emmanuel, the likes of Destiny that were discovered during this competition. It's an opportunity for us to start grooming them. That is what we call grassroots development. We have to start getting them from now until they get to where they are going to. So a very good development, a very good program. But however, we should find a way of making sure that what we are having in Nasarawa State, that we are having in, let's say, in Sokoto State, or let's even look at it this way. Let's have under 13 primary school competition across the federation. We do it when the schools are out of session. So that everybody will go in there to watch and get the players. So when you finish the under 13 from each state, you have, like we do Principal's Cup in those days, in the early in the 70s and 80s also.
Even up to 90s.
90s, before they start using 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom flats for secondary school, that you don't even have you don't even have a space for football pitch. So, and once we have this, we can do it geopolitical zone. From there, we can have a standard under 17 that are not up to 15 years of age. So that means they can even go for the competition of under 17 twice. Because before they get to 15 years old, they can represent the country. And if they didn't perform very well or they did very well, we can still keep 60 or 70% of that same team to represent Nigeria and migrate them. So that is what we really need to do. So we need to bring all this together and look at the display of talent, the display of confidence that these boys are doing on the pitch. You can see the communication among them. So it's something that is very, very, very good that the government needs to continue. And that's why they said the business of government is continuity. It should be something that even if the present political parties that are in charge, in power of Nasarawa State are not there again, the next government that will be coming in should continue the program. It shouldn't be, no, this is also person's program, I have to start my own program, because this is a very good development.
Talking about this particular competition that actually took place in Lafia, Nasarawa, the Lafia Township Stadium there. All the local governments participated, but at the end of the day, Lafia local government under 13 triumphed against Akwanga under 13. Always good to catch them. You look at the display of artistry, football artistry by these young lads there under 13 football. They play with so much confidence, and they are, in fact, they are enjoying it tough. You can see from the way they pass the ball, the way they show their skills. It shows that by the time they move to another, let's assume they want to go and play at Uyo now, Akwa Ibom, that's Akwabio Stadium, or they are being taken to the stadium in Abuja. They are already having that feel of how it is to play at the standard stadium, which is very good for development of football in Nigeria. This is just Nasarawa State. We have 36 states with the FCT, talented footballers, and funny enough, the best of these players are yet to be discovered. Yeah,
I agree with you. The best are yet to be discovered, because we're looking at only one state from the 36 states, excluding plus the FCT also. So by the time you finish the competition, you will even be confused to know whom to choose, because you have about 2 or 3 players for each position. So that is why we need, if you're talking about grassroots development now, okay, let me digress a bit. Cristiano Ronaldo currently is 39 years old. And he has been playing for the past 22 years. So that shows that he started playing his professional football at the age of what? 17 years. And 17 years old, 17 years when he started. So that's why you have that 22 years gap. Look at Lionel Messi also. So that is the reason why we really have to catch them young from this grassroots. We've never had a player in the Super Eagles that have played for 15 consecutive years for the Super Eagles. By the time,
that's very rare.
Yes, we don't even have it.
Very
for 15 consecutive years, we don't have it. But by the time they will come into the Super Eagles, by the time they will really be the stars that we want.
Actually.
Even the likes of Kanu Wanko, the likes of Mikel Obi, that we call them young also. They didn't have that.
There was no 15 years lifespan.
We don't have it. So that's why we really need to go to this grassroots to start it from 13 years old. Maybe by the time they are 15 years old, they will get there, start playing for the under 17, under 21, under 23. Then from there, they move to Super Eagles. Then that shows that the future of football in this country is very bright.
Well, it's getting bright there. Talking about the Nigeria under 13 competition that actually took place, rather Nasarawa under 13 football competition that took place in Lafia, Nasarawa State. We've been talking on that, and now we cross over to the Plateau. They also played their own final yesterday, where it was a local government. They were able to defeat Mangu in that particular encounter there that was played. Talking about Plateau, there we can have the flyer concerning that game. For Plateau, they also played their own final in that that ended 3-2. In favor of Wase local government. Under 13 also, you look at the players, Abdullah Ibrahim, he actually scored a penalty kick, and he also added another one, Abdullah Seidu, Ugochukwu Keke, Amza Yao, also played 2 back for, Mangu scored first anyway, before Wase came from behind to turn the table around, and they won that game there. Plateau State Football Association, Barrister Caleb Monastir Musfang, under 13 football competition. This is Plateau State. We move away from Nasarawa to Plateau.
Yes, Plateau State. So, like I said earlier, this is the high time for all the state governors to come together and have a timetable that will not really overlap for this competition to take place, and to work in conjunction with the NFF, so that we know that we are catching these players at the right age. And one good thing about football, if you look at the Nasarawa State, the best goalkeeper is named Destiny. If you look at here also, we have Ugochukwu
Okeke in Plateau
State also. So that shows that we are talking about football. That is the only sport that you don't look at your tribe, your religion, your ethnicity. What everybody wants is a common goal. What they really want is success. So, and it's a game that unites everybody together. For example, if Nigeria is playing today, Nobody will remember that you are from the north, south, west, east, Christian, Muslim. What we're all looking for is goal. So that shows that we can even use sport to unite the country together.
I remember the day Tobi Amusa broke that record. The whole Nigerian stood still for her. Nobody remembered that you are from the north, south, east. Everybody was like, wow, that lady did well. And other sporting activities that, okay, we talked about River Supers.
Yeah.
That's a club in Nigeria. But for the fact that they were doing well, Nigerians are the flag of Nigeria was actually hosted there yesterday. Nobody actually, it was not River State anymore. It turned out to be Nigerian flag. The Nigerians in Kigali came all out to support them.
You'll be surprised that the person holding the flag is from Maiduguri, or probably from Bauchi, from Plateau, from Lagos, not even from the south. So that is the reason why the government seriously needs to look into what they need to do to unite us together. This is a very good opportunity. I recall also after after the Civil War in Nigeria, friendly matches were played, organized by
that was when Pele came.
Late Pele. He came to this country, he organized it. So the war was suspended for 2 days for everybody. So we have a lot to really benefit from this game of sport. I'm not talking about football alone, sport in general. So I think it's a very good development. So the other governors, they should try and take a leap from what Nasarawa, Plateau are doing and work with NFF. Let's start catching them young. Let's start having players that we know from their young age of 13, 15, 17, 19. Then from there, we'll be the giant of Africa that we used to be.
Well, talking about football on that I see there, we just moved from Nasarawa State down to Plateau to let you have a feel of what's happening concerning grassroots football or sports in Nigeria. We continue to push for Nigerian sport development, as we always say concerning our slogan here, documenting Nigerian story. This is Nigerian story. It is our own. No Oyibo man will come and talk about Nasarawa under 13 or Plateau under 13 over there in France or Germany. We need to project it, and that's why we're making sure all these are actually put on the show. And now we move from the north central. Let's go down to Oyo State. Let's look at the game slated for today in their own Oyo Governors Cup 2024 preliminaries. Oyo zonal elimination that will be coming up at the Dover Stadium in Oyo. Now they have matches slated for today. Ilora Baptist Grammar School versus Fashola Grammar School. You have Olivet Baptist Eyes of Oyo versus Isale Oyo Community Secondary School. The names alone, I love the names. I love the fact that these are natural African Nigerian names. That way you want to look at it. You look at those names, you are happy. When we're talking about the players that score for those teams, Wase and Mangu local government, you saw the name of this player, Ugochukwu KK, Ibrahim Abdullahi. And the same thing in Nasarawa State. You saw all these. In fact, there is a particular young boy, Destiny Udo, thereabout.
The most valuable player.
Exactly, from Akwa Ibom. Doing so well in Plateau, in Nasarawa State, you can imagine that what sport can do. So now, this is Isale Oyo Community Secondary School against Olivet Baptist High School of Oyo. Another one is Ilora Baptist Grammar School against Fashola Grammar School. I will be playing today in the Oyo Governors Cup 2024. This is the preliminary Oyo Zona elimination.
So that's another good development. So the one we had earlier for the primary school, but this one is
secondary school.
Secondary school also. So that means we are transiting from primary to secondary school. Then also, I know we used to have Nipoga, we used to have Nuga those days. Though they still have it,
yes.
But the awareness is not like we used to have before. When the like of Chiyala Finjana from University of Ibadan, the likes of Vincent Enyama, that is where they came from. That is where they were discovered. So that shows that we still have to do more. Let's see what's going to happen between Isale Oyo and Olivet Baptist. Like you said, Oyo is the name of the town, like Oyo State. Then Isale is down, so that means down state. Down state is playing with Olivet Baptist, then Ilora and Fashola. And one good thing about this competition, I recall vividly. I spent a few years in Ibadan for my secondary school. When it comes to Principal's Cup, you don't take it lightly. The likes of Okpabomi, the likes of Muiwa, that's Dimeji Lawal's younger brother, Muiwa Lawal also, they were discovered while they were playing for Methodist High School and Ibadan Boys High School, and we have a lot of them that were discovered also. So these are the opportunity also to do what, to discover all these young players. And I'll say this again, I think the government, the state government, in conjunction with NFF, they should try and work out a timeline in a way that we'll have NFF officials that will be present. The scout team, the scout department of the NFF should try as much as possible to be present in all these competition. Even our Super Eagles, the Garba currently now is in Ghana preparing for the match against the Ghanaian team tonight. But when they come back, they should try as much as possible, because he's the under 13-15 coach. He should try as much as possible to send his assistant or himself to find time to start watching all these players from all these states, to use them to make up his team and let him come out when we are going for a competition that from the 22-man list that is going to represent Nigeria. I got 15 from the under 13 competition of the Governors' Cup. That will give other players the zeal that, oh, definitely they got this player from. So I think we really need to start looking into that. It shouldn't be something that we'll be doing for sure, that everybody is doing it without anybody coordinating it. They should try as much as possible to have a coordination angle from both the NFF and the coaches that manage those age bound.
Well, talking about the under-13 competition across Nigeria, they are from North Central down to your state. We just had touched the Southwest and also the North Central there. We always want to make sure we project Nigerian sport in any sport on this platform. Well, right now, let's ascend a bit to the bigger level. We'll talk about the NPFL. Our focus is going to be on the match day 13 of matches played for match day 13. NPFL is back, and they are running the marathon of the remaining 5 games to go. But right now, we'll be focusing on looking at the table. Let's look at the focus. NPFL match day 33 comprehensive review there. As we look at that, well, for match day 13, a lot of games were played. The results will be displayed. But let's go first of all look at the table. Well, it's because it's getting more competitive than it used to be.
Yeah.
This time around, you look at teams, they are not, in fact, down to the wires. The coaches are talking from number 1 to 5 or even 6. If you blink, you are out. So, for Remo Stars coach was saying, okay, they will make sure they fight to the finish, so the end of this competition, because they have 56 points. You look at Enugu Rangers. Fidelis Electric is also saying, well, he wants to push to the end. 5 more games to go, which is about 15 points at hand for all the teams. Eyimba, they have 56 points. They are also trying to see how they can get the table, rather, to the pinnacle of the table. Shooting Stars of Ibadan are also pushing. They are 7 points behind the leader. Well, you have Lobby Stars, you have Plateau United. All these guys, all these teams rather, they are battle ready to see how they can win the remaining 5 matches, which is a big, big one for all of them.
Okay, at least we've started enjoying the joy of football domestically in this country. We've started seeing a bit of integrity and genuity in terms of our NPFL in this country. Unlike before, by now, when you have about 5 matches to go, you'll have know who the winner is. But now it's still very dicey. But if I'm the Enugu Rangers coach, what I need to do from the 5 matches that is left, I have 3 home matches and I have 2 away matches. I will concentrate a lot on my own matches to make sure that I get the maximum 9 points. Now the difference between Enugu Rangers and Eyimba is 4 points. So
and Remo Stars too. And
Remo Stars too, 4 points. So if I can get the maximum 9 points from my 3 home matches and try, because if you want to be a champion, you have to be a champion both home and away, not only at home, and get at least a win from your 2 matches away. That gives you how much? That gives you 12 points. With that, you are home and dry.
After all, you are leading them with 4 points. You are leading them with
4 points. So that means if you lose only 1 match, so that shows that it's only 3 points you are losing. So you're still going to win the league with 1 point, provided that Eyimba and Remo Star they win their remaining 5 matches. However, it is easier said
than done.
It's easier said than done.
Like us now.
Well, anyway, I don't want to
No,
open another.
At least
I don't want to open.
I actually know where you are going. That is easier said than done. And already it's just that you don't want to mention the name. So I quickly have to help you that like Arsenal. And eventually Man City actually scoop it.
Okay, we'll come back to that later. Okay. So what I'm expecting from Enugu Rangers now is to be focused, to be dedicated, not to allow it to get to their head, because it will be so disastrous for them to bottle in now when the league is about ending. They should try and end the way they started. So that's the right thing to do. However, both Enyimba and Monastir also, they are going to give them a serious fight. A serious fight in the sense that they are looking at it that, oh, okay, this 4 points that you're having, we're waiting for you to draw either a point or to draw 3 points, and we're going to capitalize on that also. So as far as I'm concerned, the battle is actually between Monastir, Enyimba, and Enugu Rangers. Shooting Stars, I think the difference between Shooting Star and Enugu Rangers, 7 points is seriously too wide when you're having just 5 matches to end the season, and the game we're having in our NPFL right now, it is very unpredictable. But however, I think it should be between Monastir and Enyimba and Enugu Rangers.
Well, the battle is on now between those teams right now. Shooting, Remo, Enyimba, Enugu Rangers. Is it going to be the Uzogbus of Enyimba or the Flying Antelopes of Enugu called Rangers? The Remo Stars are also there. You look at the bottom of the table. Well, for all these teams, 11 to 19, they will be running the race to see how they can stay on. For Gombe United, well, next season they have to fight to come back to the NPFL. But Atlant, Bayelsa, Doma, Sunshine, Aqua, down to Kwara United, they just have to unite in winning their remaining games to stay top there. Just to touch on the NPFL, well, we talk about a talismanic player. Let's cross over from the NPFL story and quickly talk about Cristiano Ronaldo right now for what he has done. Sets new record, new Saudi Pro League record by being able to score about 35 goals. At the age of 39, he has not stopped scoring. He has done it across all the 4 leagues he's played. He's played in Portugal, in Saudi Arabia now, in England, in Spain. He has done it. You can't take anything away from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, I don't want us to start this conversation because I know a lot of viewers will disagree with me, but the fact still remains that I will take Ronaldo 10 times before picking Messi. That's the truth, and the reason is just what you've said. I've argued it anytime I have the opportunity on the sports show. We're talking about a player that have done it in about 5 different countries. He did it in Portugal, England, Spain, Italy, now in Saudi Arabia, and he has done it also for his country also. 35 goals in 39 matches, and he has made 8 assists also. So that shows that for the 39 matches that he played, he has contributed 1 goal per match. So that shows that, and at that age, and like I said earlier on the show, he's 39 years old, but he has been playing for over 22 years. So he started playing at the age of 17 years. So you can see, how can you be that consistent for 22 good years? Take it or leave it. Cristiano Ronaldo is the real and the greatest GOAT. Take it from me. Anyway,
we just talked about Ronaldo. There's that particular argument should not start with Messi fans. But really, he deserves that accolade for what he's done at the age of 39, scoring goals as if it's so easy. Now, let's talk about, we have to move away from Ronaldo. I know it's interesting to watch those goals. But let's talk about the Blues. Chelsea, yes. It's edging closer every day. We look at this. Chelsea closing on Enzo Maresca as Blues manager. They are really knocking at the door. In the few days to come, maybe, the announcement will be made public right now. I'll quickly touch on Enzo Maresca's career till date. He has actually been a player. He played with Juventus. He was with Sampdoria and all that. If you can have it there, Enzo Maresca as a manager. But, well, you look at the fact that Maresca now is edging closer to become Chelsea coach.
I can see the vibe in you.
Yes, I love Chelsea. You know? I love Chelsea. Look at, I even did a special one for him. Look at, even though he has not been announced yet, Enzo Maresca playing, he started with 1998 to 2017, Sampdoria, West Brom, Juventus. Maresca retired 7 years ago. He was with Manchester City. He came back, he did everything. He rejoined City, appointed Leicester manager. They got ready relegated, but now, when they were relegated, rather, he led the club to promotion, and he's now being linked to Chelsea top job. What a way to go!
Okay, to be honest with you, I have a different opinion about this. And to start with, the instability when it comes to the head coach of Chelsea, it's something that we should be worried about. Between January 2021 till date, Chelsea have had 5 coaches just in the space of 3 years and thereabouts. So now you are talking about another coach. Yes, the only one playing possession-based football among the 5 candidates that were shortlisted. The answer is no. When you are looking for, you need to balance both the potential and the finished product. But for the head coach, you need a finished product, a product that is getting a coach based on potential that will take him about 2 years. Before he acclimatizes and understand what Chelsea really want. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's something to be celebrated for Chelsea fans that they've really gotten a good coach that doesn't have a Premier League experience as the championship coach or being an assistant to Pep Guardiola. I won't even know. Maybe Guardiola is doing all these things so that all the boys will just be going out and allowing him to win the trophy.
I know, an average Chelsea fan wants to find a way to. This is about reality. An average Chelsea fan wants to find a way around this. I'm wearing a light blue. This is Manchester City. You don't talk to about them when I'm wearing this.
You've abandoned
I'm a Man City fan now.
Abandoned Arsenal now to Chelsea.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Our time is almost off in the studio. We'll just raise some banters there. Quickly, let's just take some transfer story. Then we'll talk about one before we wrap it up. Anthony Martial confirms Manchester United exit. He will be going right now. He has confirmed that he will be leaving from next season. Chelsea are considering rivaling Newcastle for defender Tosin Adarabioyo or Fulham. Another one says Leicester are targeting West Brom balls. Carlos Corberan should Enzo Maresca join Chelsea. Crystal Palace, that's the last one. Crystal Palace part owner John Testel is stepping up his bid to buy Everton. Those are the stories in the world of transfer. Quickly, but before we go, just to turn to you. Well, Champions League start. The final will be coming on June 1st. Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid. Someone said I should ask you, predict.
Okay, for those who have been sending messages and calling, that my prediction is like the opposite.
You know what? It's not working for some people, but it's working for some people. So this person says he's working for him and he wants you to predict Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid in a jiffy.
Okay, I'll give it to Borussia Dortmund, not Real Madrid.
Okay, I'm going to go.
There'll be a surprise this time around.
2-1, 1-0.
It will be 3-2.
3-2.
Yes.
Okay, the Octopus has spoken there. Really, let's look at what's going to happen. He said 3-2. Borussia Dortmund, and he says Real Madrid will score 2. Dortmund will be scoring 3. Well, we wait to see that if truly he actually favors that particular person. Who knows?
Truly, Borussia Dortmund will win this championship.
A good one there. Olalefe has been with us in the studio to predict that score line, and we've been talking about all the activity in the world of sport in the studio, making it a comprehensive one there. We really appreciate for staying with us, and for Olalefe Peters. Another day.
Thank you so much, Nadine, for having me. It's a pleasure being with you.
Okay.
And thanks for denying your beloved Arsenal, because Arsenal fans, they are the most loyal fan that I've ever seen.
Okay, I accept
20 years without a trophy, they are still with them. You just within 2 years, you've changed your base.
Okay, we just have to go now. If not for that, I will have given you your answer back there. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.